That moment would not have happened if I hadn't have asked, is there anything else you'd like to add? DeAndre says this every single day. It is an ordinary part of his life. It's not something that he'd thought much about, but he said it. And as he was saying it to new people, he realized the impact of the words. And that moment led to so many wonderful, beautiful moments, including an Emmy Award-winning documentary that if you know DeAndre, you know that it won an Emmy because it's in his profile picture, it's on his desk, it's in all these places he lets people know. But it also was a moment where he actually believed in the words that he wrote, and he recognized their impact. That is the power of a simple question. And today, I'm going to unlock some things that show you that you have the power to unlock moments like this too. Yeah, maybe not moments that win Emmys, although I'm going to challenge you to that, but moments that transform the way your team communicates, that drive innovation in the work that you're doing, and that transform you as a leader to think differently about yourself and the way that you show up. So if you're ready to dive in, I have a question for you. Are there any experts in the room? Tell me, are there any experts in the room? Anybody an expert in anything? What are you an expert in? Oh, you're an expert in yourself? Ooh, no one has ever answered that way. I like it. Expert in yourself? Anybody else? Yes? Soul vegan cooking. I was hoping people would bring up more than auto care. I love that. I have also more questions. I'm sure I can follow you somewhere on social. Are there any? Yeah? Cello and violin for 14 years. Did anybody at your table know that? Any other experts in the room? Are there any experts in auto care in the room? How many of you feel like you have to know the answer, even if you don't? Okay, I see a few hands, and all the rest of you are lying. See, there's this thing called the paradox of expertise that can be twofold. On one side, you're an expert. Everybody knows you're an expert. They think you should have all the answers, therefore you think you should have all the answers, so you don't ask questions. And on the flip side, you're not yet an expert, perhaps in a male-dominated industry. I heard some comments earlier. You're not yet an expert, but you feel like you need to have all the answers. Does that resonate with anyone in the room? Okay, I used to work in sports broadcasting. If I said someone's name wrong, or I did any hesitation about the final score, do you know how many calls I got? A lot. The paradox of expertise is that we think we have to know everything and we forget to ask questions. And the thing is, that's because as a leader, it's vulnerable to ask a question. It makes it look like maybe we don't have all the answers, or maybe we aren't as much of an expert as we thought. It's very vulnerable to not know the answer. And as leaders, we absolutely have to ask questions. It should be a requirement in our job. I would love to see it in job descriptions, because really good leaders, they ask good questions and they wait for the answers before they give their own. So we're going to talk a lot about that today. One of the other tasks that I want you to do is to write down in your conference booklet a question that you typically ask in your day-to-day work. Maybe it's something that you typically ask of your male counterparts. Maybe if you're having trouble coming up with a question, this is a good one. Write down a question that you really want to ask, but you haven't. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to a minute to share that with the person next to you. Any questions? Pun intended. All right, 30 seconds to a minute.